Now, you can't blame many of our finest musicians for choosing to live and work overseas. Fortunately, they like to come home occasionally.
Nearly 100 globe-trotting musicians have returned for the Australian World Orchestra's 2015 concert series. With us now is the orchestra's artistic director, Alex Braga, and musician Tim Dudin, a professor of double bass at the University of Music and Performing Arts in Austria. Tim, Alex, good morning and nice to see you both.
Lovely to be here.
Tim, particularly good to meet you. Alex, we've met you before when we've spoken about the World Orchestra. We sort of think of you guys as the Harlem Globetrotters of the music world because Tim, there's just not enough work here, is there?
Oh, no, I wouldn't say that. There's plenty of work here.
Really?
Absolutely, yeah, sure.
So for any classical musician, anyone who completed their studies and is a star at their instrument, you could find paid work here in Australia.
Absolutely.
You don't have to go overseas.
Absolutely.
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Lots of orchestras here. All our state orchestras.
Well, what the hell are you doing overseas then, Tim?
He gets to live in Vienna.
I got stuck. It wasn't part of the plan. I just went to study in the beginning and just got stuck.
So where are you and who are you associated with over in Austria?
I live in Vienna. I was a member of the Vienna Philharmonic for about 8 years. And then I got the job teaching at the university, the teaching position, and I gave up the orchestra to concentrate more on the teaching side of things and also so that I could do whatever I want playing-wise on a freelance level. So all the playing I do now is on a freelance level, but there's lots to do there and lots of fun stuff to do.
Tell me about the life of a freelance double bassist. First of all, do you have to book a separate seat for your instrument?
They won't take it on the plane. It's got to go down underneath with the baggage.
Cellists have to do that.
Yes.
Two seats,
really?
one for the cello, one for the first.
Do you hold your breath every single time you check that really important instrument in?
Yes, but that's why I usually borrow instruments.
So they can beat up the borrowed one rather than yours.
Do you know the orchestra's touring India later this year, and we're very worried about that. That's our biggest concern: is 8 double basses travelling around India.
Yeah. On the top of the train
in 40 degrees heat.
Tell us about the World Orchestra. Where are people coming from to take part in it?
Oh, they come from mainly Europe, actually. A lot of them are based in Germany and Austria. I think got like a tenth of the orchestra is based in Vienna.
Oh, really?
London, America, of course, Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, Asia. So everyone, that's 100 people all coming from all over the world.
And do they always respond to the call, or do you get a fair bit of "nah, I'm too busy"?
Never. I've never had too busy.
Really?
No, they just adore it.
Isn't that
Can't
fantastic?
wait to get on
Can't
here.
wait to get here.
Tell me why, Tim.
Because it's very, very special for us to come back and play here for our people in our country. It's actually, we get extremely nervous about it. Very nervous about it. Yeah, much more so than actually the audiences over there, because it's very special for us. Very special.
And the dynamic that's created amongst this group of Australian expats, is it a particularly different one compared to the orchestras and groups you might play with overseas?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Tell me how.
It's like a youth orchestra for 40 to 50-year-olds.
What does that mean?
That means it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, yeah.
And do you see that too, Alex?
Absolutely. I'll tell you, I'll never forget the very first rehearsal we ever had. The tension was incredible. All these amazing instrumentalists in one room. And this had been a dream of ours for so long. And Simone Young, the great Australian conductor, was doing the first rehearsal, and she released all the tension by saying, "Look, it's the Australian Youth Orchestra with wrinkles." And they all laughed. But look, it's just it's gained so much international attention as well. You know, in 2013 we had Zubin Mehta come out to conduct us, which was phenomenal. And of course, this year it's Sir Simon Rattle is here.
I know, that's a big get, isn't it?
It's a huge get. It's unprecedented.
When you get all these great musos in the same room, and present company excluded, when I ask this question, do you have to juggle big egos? And
why not include him?
I can tell Tim doesn't.
You know what? I think with a stable orchestra you do, but in this orchestra, all egos are left at the door. It's very strange. They don't care where they sit, they don't care what part they're playing, they just want to be there and make great music together.
Now, we're going to hear some wonderful double bass music from you in a moment, Tim, but I just wanted to ask you first of all, and the comment you were making, Alex, about so many of these members coming from Austria, from Vienna. We know that that's an extraordinary place when it comes to music, opera, all kinds of performance. What is it like being in that incredibly musical city as a musician, Tim?
It's a little bit overwhelming, actually. It's if I sit down and look at what concert I would like to go and watch, and it's pass it away again with a small panic attack because
there's
there's
so
so
much.
much going on.
Yeah.
There's so much, but it also means that there's lots of work out there for us and there's a lot of interesting things to do.
And is that very nourishing for you as an artist?
Absolutely, it's a constant learning process.
I'd like to come.
You'd be very good, you know, MC for the orchestra.
Maybe I could do that.
Yeah.
You could come to India with us.
There you go.
I'd love that. I'll sit on top of the train too. Let's have a little look at the orchestra in performance as we can get Tim over to his position there with the double bass. Tim's going to perform for us a movement from Carl Friedrich Abel's solo sonata for double bass. It wasn't actually originally written for double bass. It was written for gamba, but it's been transcribed to double bass so that we're absolutely accurate. But this is the youth orchestra with wrinkles and with moustaches and with paunches from time to time, and they're all Aussie and they're exceptionally good.
And before we go to Tim, a reminder, the World Orchestra will perform at the Sydney Opera House on July the 29th and July the 31st, and in Melbourne on the 1st of August.
You wouldn't want to miss it. This, however, now in the News Breakfast studio this morning is Tim Dudin. Just lovely. Tim Dudin there and Carl Friedrich Abel's solo sonata for double bass from the World Orchestra. Alex, we'll look forward to a fabulous series of performances. It must be fun for you to get the band back together.
Can't wait.
And it'll happen annually now.
It is happening annually. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
We'll see you next year.
Absolutely.
And, Tim, look after that fabulous looking thing there. Good luck getting it on the plane.
Thank you.
Good stuff.